So one of the things that we get asked a lot is what the current situation is with COVID-19 in Brisbane. So to give you some idea, we're going to walk through the Queen Street Mall and show you and talk about some of the restrictions that we do have in Queensland at the moment. Queensland is one of 6 states in Australia. And there's also 2 territories. So the state of Queensland currently has the border closed with the states of Victoria, which is where the capital Melbourne is. The border is also closed for people who live in the state of New South Wales, which is where Sydney is, and also in our state capital, the ACT, the Australian Capital Territory. The Queensland government has continually enforced the importance of keeping a distance 1.5 to 2 metres and washing your hands regularly. Masks are not compulsory, although you will see some people are wearing them, and certainly if they're in really crowded areas, then often people will be wearing their masks as well. If we continue our walk, it gives you a bit of an idea on how things are going up here in Brisbane right now. This is really interesting because you can see how the cafes and restaurants, they have COVID-safe plans in place, which the government has enforced if they want to stay open. And you'll see, looking at these people having their lunch, all the tables are really separate from each other, aren't they? So also people have to register their name and address when they go to a cafe and restaurant, and that restaurant or cafe has to retain those details of all their diners for 56 days in case the state authorities need those details for contact tracing. And if you live in the state of Queensland, you can travel anywhere within Queensland. There's no restrictions on the distance. So you have people that travel from down south in Gold Coast, you can travel all the way up north to Great Barrier Reef and beyond, right up to Cairns, even Weipa, right up to northern Queensland. So there's no restriction on travelling. You're allowed to stay overnight and go on holidays. And Queensland is such a big state. We do see a lot of people are doing that, and they're travelling around. In Queensland, we've had 1,103 people with COVID-19. So that's 1,103 people. And of those, there's 15 active cases in Queensland, and 6 people have died of COVID-19 related instances. So that gives you some idea of the statistics. I've got a fantastic view from where I'm standing right now. Have a look. And even when you look at people, you can see that people are pretty much keeping their distance. A few people are wearing masks, not many. But there's certainly no gatherings of large groups or anything like that. And there's not a lot of people. It's definitely quieter than normal. But it's a beautiful day. It's 21, 22 degrees, I think, today. And yeah, it's lovely. And people are just, they're trying to, visit their shops and give them some custom. You know, as we travel, we're really conscious of the current environment, and we do try to keep away from crowded areas as much as we can. We're just very lucky that we live in Brisbane and live in Queensland, and we aren't exposed to the type of restrictions that are elsewhere in the country, and also in other areas overseas where the situation has become quite dire. So, you know, we're very grateful for that. Having said that, we're very aware that the situation is quite fluid. It can change at any time. You know, we've seen so many stories we've all seen on the news where a cluster is announced in an area, and before you know it, that whole area or that town or that region or that country is in fact locked down. So we were actually, you know, kind of almost loath to do a video like this, but because we get asked so many times, you know, about the current situation in Brisbane and how we're able to travel when there's other areas like Melbourne that's in a really strict lockdown, we thought it would be timely to come in and show you what's going on and kind of explain. So I hope that gives you some explanation about the current situation in Brisbane, and I hope you're able to enjoy the sunshine wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Bye.